Lilo and Stitch. It is a modern classic of Disney animation, and of course that means that Disney is now remaking it in live action. The live action remakes just keep on coming, and I mean, this week we're going to see the remake of Snow White. I will definitely be making a video about that film when it comes out, so subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss that. But while you and I can agree that we don't really need these remakes and that we would rather have new and original stories instead, Disney keeps making them because people keep going to the cinema to watch them and they keep making money. So today we're going to take a look at the new trailer for Lilo and Stitch. There are a lot of people who, surprise, surprise, have a lot of opinions on this film. I haven't formed any sort of opinions on it yet. I have read some headlines and some comments about this trailer, so I kind of think I know what to expect, but let's see. Let's jump into it and have a look for ourselves, shall we?
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He's trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one. What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
I was Zach Galifianakis as Jumba.
I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
That's definitely Lilo.
What the hell?
And that's definitely Stitch.
He's so cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
And Mommy.
Get down from there.
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh no.
No. Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
I don't think he was ever on a leash in the original, was he?
We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
Or forgotten.
Stitch bad.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good. That was close. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Oh, it's cute.
Agent Cobra Bubbles. We have a blue dog to
Oh, they have Agent Bubbles.
No, wait.
What? Okay.
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
All right, there we are. Yeah, so, I mean, it was definitely Lilo and Stitch. My initial thought was there are a lot of shots in this trailer that are straight up just the same as in the animated film, which once again makes me feel like we don't need this movie. If we're just going to remake the exact same shots, then what's the point? Let's take a closer look. I mean, this is the first thing we see, right? The Galactic Federation ship. And this looks exactly like in the animated film. This big whale-looking ship. And I mean, it looks good, but also that's just what it looked like in the animated film. Then we have Stitch, who looks cute. He looks like Stitch. Honestly, they would have had to do a lot to mess up the design of Stitch. I mean, that's just what he looks like. And we get a quick glimpse of the back of the councilwoman, which is also just like, that is exactly what she looks like in the animated film. So again, this is just the animated film again. And when it's just a, CGI animated film instead of a hand-drawn animated film, then, I mean, it's still animation. So why are we doing this? I don't know, man. But these characters all look exactly like they do in the original. Then, of course, we have Stitch breaking out. But there is one thing that I'm noticing here. I'm noticing a complete lack of Gantu, who is the big guy whom they sent after Stitch at the end of the movie. He was in this shot in the original film.
He took the red one.
So where is he? I don't think we see him at all in this trailer, and he does play a very significant part of the finale of the film. So, like, is he not in the film at all? Then at least that's different. I don't know if it's necessarily better. It'll be interesting to see how they do the whole finale if it's not with Gantu. So yeah, that's interesting. And then, of course, some great shots of Hawaii and the shooting star, which is Stitch crash landing on the island and Lilo making her wish for a friend. This is once again straight out of the animated movie, but I want to say the girl they found to play Lilo seems really well cast. She seems to be the exact right person for that role, and I like that. You know, this little unfortunate orphaned weirdo kid whom we know and love from the original. Yeah, that's what we want to see here. And of course, the dance practice where Lilo and the other girls fall out. Yeah, we had to have that as well. Once again, this shot is like straight out of the animated film. It is just one-to-one the same shot. It looks great, but we've seen it, you know? I've seen a lot of people complaining that Stitch is not blue enough or not as dark of a color of blue as people would like. And I can agree with that. It would be nice if he was more saturated in his color, but honestly, that's less of a problem for me. It's fine. He looks just like Stitch. You can't confuse him for anything else. It is definitely Stitch we're looking at. And I just noticed this poster is the same as the one they have in the animated film as well. And there we have our first look at our live-action Nani. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people have a lot of feelings about the casting of Sydney Agodong as Nani in this movie. And I don't know if this is my place to comment on this. I think she could do a great job as Nani. I don't really know her. I haven't seen her in anything else. Mostly what I've seen has been people commenting that they think her skin is too light to be Nani. And that seems like a bit of a weird take. I would think the most important part is that you cast a Hawaiian actress and not necessarily how dark her skin is. And also, people tend to only share certain photos of her where her skin looks especially light. But you know, most people's skin changes color a bit depending on the season and how much they've been in the sun. But I don't know. This seems like something that I don't necessarily need to have an opinion on, and I think this is something that we should let people from Hawaii have the opinion on and comment on instead of me, a white guy from the complete opposite side of the planet. Yeah, I don't know. I'll reserve my judgment of Sydney Agodong as Nani for when I actually see the film, and only comment on whether or not she actually plays the part properly. That's honestly mostly what I'm interested in seeing. Whether or not she can play this quite complex character of Nani, who has to step up and take care of her little sister with their parents being dead. It's a great role, and they must have cast her because they think she can actually play this role and not necessarily based on what she looks like. But she does look great, if you ask me. Then we have Stitch wreaking havoc, throwing a CD out of the window and crashing someone else's car. Could that be Agent Bubbles in that car? Quite possibly. Then, of course, we have the scene of Stitch creating chaos at the Luau restaurant where Nani works in the beginning of the film, and Lilo with her notebook, coloring book, where she draws the little picture of Stitch, which she colors in red because he is 90% bad or something. I think it's about 90%. This is, of course, also the place where David works, whom we have right here. He doesn't quite have the floppy hair of the animated version, but I'm sure he's gonna be great. Is that her drawing of Stitch? Maybe? I'm not quite sure. It could be something else. Then we have Stitch hotwiring a toy car. This is probably replacing the scene where he steals the bike from one of the other girls. We've got Stitch destroying a city. In the original movie, it is a city that he builds out of Lilo's toys in her room. And here it is sand castles instead, but I am pretty sure that this is going to be the same scene where Jumba and Pleakley are keeping an eye on Stitch and seeing that he has this destructive nature that Jumba created him to have. Then, of course, Nani trying to get rid of Stitch, only to be hit in the hand with a freezer door. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. The whole family surfing. In the original, they have David on this trip. He is the one who invites them to go surfing and has this brilliant idea of, having a day as a family where they can just be normal and have a chill time. Only for that, of course, to be ruined by Jumba and Pleakley trying to capture Stitch. But yeah, it is kind of weird that David isn't in these shots of them surfing, because he is a very important part of that scene in the movie. So I hope we see David show up in this scene at some point. Now, this is weird because we see someone actually spying on the family as they are surfing, but it appears to be Agent Cobra Bubbles, whom we see here with his sunglasses. He is watching them at this point in the movie, and this is the point where he finally decides that he is going to take Lilo away from Nani, because he believes that Nani isn't capable of taking care of her sister. So maybe that's what's going on here, and maybe this face is the face he is making because Stitch is being taken by Jumba and Pleakley, because he looks like someone who's seen something that is more out of the ordinary than two sisters and their dog surfing. He looks like someone who's seen something that he needs to, react on. Oh, there we get a shot of Zach Galifianakis as Jumba. Now, I do not think that I am a fan of them being disguised realistically as humans. I think there is a lot of fun from these obvious aliens disguising or trying to disguise themselves as humans. I get that that is obviously also a lot more expensive. That would mean a lot more effects shots, and that is just more expensive. So it makes sense, and also it makes sense for these actors to want to just, act with their regular face. But it is kind of sad to not see them wear weird shirts and wigs to try to blend in with the population of Hawaii. Oh, and there they both are, both Jumba and Pleakley. Yeah. I mean, that is quite clearly just Zach Galifianakis and Billy Madison. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of sad. Pleakley was such a drag queen icon in the original movie, so it would have been nice to see some of that in this movie. And I mean, they might still surprise us with Billy Madison trying to blend in as a woman, trying to disguise himself as a woman. But yeah, this is just sort of, you know, whatever. Oh, and there is the true form of Pleakley, who looks terrifying in live action. So maybe that's also why they opted to not have them as aliens in the live action version. But of course, also importantly in this scene, we have Ice Cream Guy, who is no longer Ice Cream Guy, but instead Snow Cone Guy. Yeah, that's a choice because it is obviously mint chocolate chip in the original film. So they've exchanged his mint chocolate chip ice cream for a rainbow colored snow cone. But also they've changed his race. He appears to be a native Hawaiian person. And in the original movie, he is very clearly a sunburned tourist. And that is why Lilo is taking pictures of him to add to his gallery of overweight white sunburned tourists. Yeah, that's kind of weird that they've chosen to change him in that way, because it's obviously for a reason that he is a white tourist in the original film. And now he's just sort of unfortunate that he never gets to eat his ice cream or his snow cone. I feel like there's a bit of commentary on the way tourists interact with Hawaii and the Hawaiian people in this character in the original animated film that we are now losing because they have changed his race. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. But there you have it. That is Lilo and Stitch, the live-action remake. It's funny because they have definitely made some changes to the movie. But, you know, whether or not those are the right changes to make, I guess we'll have to wait and see when the movie comes out later this year. But that was my reaction and my initial thoughts on the Lilo and Stitch remake. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this trailer and whether or not you are excited to see a remake of Lilo and Stitch. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you want to know when my next video is uploaded. But with that said, that's pretty much all I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and so long.